Fractions are another story. Fractions are where the Egyptians really disappoint me. They were terrible at writing them. They couldn't operate with a numerator other than 1. So a fraction like 63/64 would be treated as 1/2 plus 1/47 plus 1/8 plus 1/16 plus 1/32. Not easy to work with. Usually, they use the mouth hieroglyph, the R, to indicate a fraction. 1/5 would be written by the mouth sign with 5 strokes beneath it. 1/276 would be written like this. But to write 4/7, they would have to factor it out to 1/2 plus 1/14. The Rhine mathematical papyrus, once owned by the Scottish Egyptologist Alexander Henry Rhind, presents all kinds of problems and their solutions. One example shows how cumbersome it was to work with fractions of only 1 as a numerator. 2/61 had to be written like this. That's 1/40 plus 1/244 plus 1/488 plus 1/610. Almost impossible to work with. To be fair to the Egyptians, I should point out that the Greeks used pretty much the same system, even though they were far more skilled at geometry. The Egyptians had signs for a few of their fractions. The most important is 1/2, which was often expressed by this hieroglyph. It may be the side of a statue base and meant not only 1/2, but also side. In a sense, the side of something is only half of it. The special hieroglyph for 1/4 was a cross or sideways plus. Let's look at some examples of numbers from the Rhind mathematical papyrus. I'll pick some difficult ones to really test you. Try this one. Let's look at it together. The first tricky part is 5 strokes at the beginning. There's no mouth sign before them, so it's not a fraction. It's just the number 5. So the number will be 5 plus some fraction. Okay, let's continue. Next is the special fraction for 1/2. It's followed by the fraction 1/7, and that's followed by the fraction for 1/14. See the hoop and the 4 strokes? So that means we have a number 5 plus 1/2 plus 1/7 plus 1/14. Remember, there's no and or plus sign in Middle Egyptian. Our number is equal to 5 5/7. Now for the next one, I'll give you a clue. The number is half of the one we just translated. Well, we have some experience now. We know that the first 2 strokes aren't a fraction. They're the number 2. Next is our special sign for 1/2. Then comes the special sign for 1/4. So far, we have 2 plus 1/2 plus 1/4. Next, we have 1/14, because we have the mouth sign before the hoop and 4 strokes. Finally, we have 1/28, all of which adds up to 2 24/28, which simplifies to 2 6/7, which, as promised, is half of 5 5/7.